not every business is able to create engaging creative. So I think being open and knowing, like you said in your Fast Five, knowing your financial position allows you to know, okay, can we invest in ads? And using advertising is the best way to ensure that you get the reach, especially if you're a new business. And you want to run ads where people are looking for your products. One, if you really want to run a productive ad campaign. If you're just trying to build brand awareness, social platforms are great. But that leads me into wondering, what type of ads can you run on Amazon, and what kind of placement can you pay to get?
If we want to, if we want to segue to that, I'll go ahead and just share my screen, because there's a lot of
Yeah, go ahead.
specific placements that are hard to explain without actually visiting a listing. So,
Yeah. So if you want to go ahead and pull that up, that'd be great.
okay, so I just popped onto Amazon. I went to bestsellers, just to find, some kind of a product that's up. I actually like these, so I will. This is not an ad. I guess it is now. Actually, this is a great listing to review for a few different reasons. I'll get into this later, but the reason I said that is because this listing is actually not optimized. And I'll go into that again later for what that really means. But okay, so on a search page, there are a ton of different placements for ads, and this is a really easy way to dive into which ad types are offered on Amazon, just because we'll be able to see where they show up. So on a search page, a lot of what you see right here are called sponsored display ads. There's a placement here for sponsored display, over here underneath the buy box, and then underneath of the bullet points. And sponsored display ads are able to target products, they're able to target keywords, and they're able to target categories, much like the other kinds of ads on Amazon. But what's unique for sponsored display is that they can also target audiences, which is closer to what a Facebook or a Google ad could do. This is the version of ads that you'll hear most frequently associated with product ads in articles and things off of Amazon. So these are the smart ads that kind of follow you around in your day-to-day shopping and your Google searching. So these placements are sponsored display. You can do a custom creative. So these are not actually using a custom creative. They just have the product hero image, the main image, and the product title, but you can use a custom photo here. You can have a custom phrase with it, or you can change the logo. And those are sponsored display ads. These are going to be sponsored product ads. These also show up on the search page. So if we were just searching Amazon for like energy drink, I'm not sure how they rank, but these up top are sponsored product. You'll see this little sponsored here. Usually there's a banner up here. Let me see if I did. If I just typed in drink, with this huge image you see here and 3 different product offerings, this is sponsored brand. It's usually above the sponsored product here. And these are.
So you're able to, sorry to interrupt, but so you're able to really specifically target not just key phrases, but other brands and even listings, right, that are aligned with what you're trying to your product serves.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not sure how familiar all of our viewers are with Amazon, but this up here in the URL, they'll show you an ASIN. This is like the UPC or the SKU. It's the individual product identifier of this pack of Gatorade, for example. And I can run an ad that targets this specific information. So if I wanted to be on this specific listing, not this flavor, but only this, maybe I have a drink that's berry flavored, fruit punch flavored, and orange flavored, or just one of the above. And so these are comparable products and I want to show up here. I can grab that ASIN and throw it in a sponsored product ad, which would be one of these. That's how they're going to get here, or a sponsored brand ad that shows up here. Obviously, the broader the keyword or the broader the target, the more expensive. So Pepsi, one of the biggest names in the game, they can target the word drink and show up at the top every single time. If you're a newer brand or you have a lower budget, you might do sports drink or energy drink, or something really, really specific like powdered energy drink sticks.
Or like keto friendly energy drink.
You can
or something
go really, really niche. You can put flavors in there, whatever is kind of in your budget. But those are some of the search page placements for sponsored brand and sponsored products. Again, those forms of ads, you can target keywords, product ASINs like you see here, categories. They kind of have a little bit more flexibility, but they don't do audience targeting. They actually show these a couple of times throughout the search page too. This video ad that you see here is a form of sponsored brand, anything that really allows you to explain who you are as a brand and get some more creative in there is going to probably be a sponsored brand ad. These show up a little closer to the middle of the page, not quite in the middle. And then if you keep scrolling down a little without getting you dizzy, you'll see another line of sponsored products. You should see one more line of sponsored products before the end down here. And then you'll see some sponsored display at the bottom. There is one custom ad that can show up on the left side of the search page. These placements are really, really cool, and they are definitely a higher end branded ad that you can do. This is through DSP, so you have to have a special advertising account on Amazon to do this. Most sellers don't have access to DSP. It's definitely more high end and advanced, but this is a really cool placement, and you have a lot of different kind of creatives that you can use over there. And then let's see. So sponsored product, again, just kind of revisiting that one more time, also shows up here. So you'll see these a lot on mobile and on desktop shopping. So these are all sponsored, every single thing here. They don't repeat that it's sponsored, but anything here is going to be an ad. And then at the bottom of the page, you usually get another line of the sponsored product and then some more sponsored display. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity for placements on a product page. General rule of thumb is that with sponsored display, you get more placement opportunity. You know, you're seeing ads here underneath the bullet points, all of the main spots. And so those are really pretty expensive. But if you get a groove going with sponsored display, Amazon kind of claims that they're smarter in reaction. And so they'll keep serving, you know, in the best in most opportune places. It really depends. So you've got to be really on top of your ads, but a lot of different ways you can target different brands. You can promote your own business and your own products. And you can even, you know, target your own products with the same.
To protect them, right? I think that's one of the things that is great about all of this reach is that you as a brand can target these specifically. Mm-hmm. And that is also what makes it really difficult and challenging, is that you can also be targeted as well. So I know that you have that incorporated into your strategy. Is what terms do we want to protect that are unique to us?
Exactly. So for example, Gatorade, you know, Gatorade is showing up in all the top of search placements, which is exactly what you want to do. But, you know, other brands are going to want to target them as well. If you've got an electrolyte based drink, you'll want to show up somewhere on the search page for Gatorade. It's probably going to be full with their own products. The other piece of this is that the more that you convert on some of the keywords with your ads running, your organic placement will increase. So obviously these are all Gatorade products. They have very high relevancy with the brand Gatorade. And so they show up here organically now without having to run an ad there. But you definitely, you know, have to protect your brand name. Others are going to compete against you, and you'll want to take up all the real estate that you can under your brand for, you know, protection and growth purposes.
Well, I think that's a lot of great information. We went a little long on our Fast Five today, but I think that we did get into some really good details and some great information on Amazon listing, and then how to make sure that you, when you pay for ads like that, at least represent your brand accurately and promote engagement. So I think in our 30 minutes today, we really got into some majors. And even though we didn't get to all the questions and some of the ones that were posted today, we will be back next week, and we look forward to serving you guys that way and providing more information on these topics.
Yeah, always feel free to send us follow-up emails and to ask questions during these sessions. I know we get really in depth with some of these. This is our bread and butter. So if you've got follow-up questions or you want us to show you a few tips and tricks, we'd love to, you know, connect with you more directly. We'll have our emails and everything, you know, points of contact linked with this podcast, and we'd love to hear from you guys.
Awesome. Well, enjoy and have a good rest of your day, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.